Hello, everyone. I'm Xavier Durand, Director General of EcoFast. Truth is what acceptance, and I didn't have the idea of any idea of what we were going into. I think it's quite interesting. I often talk about a very structured idea full of rules. This is something that's quite exciting and new and terrifying at the same time. Say exactly what I want and what I can do on a topic which is immense and also substantive in our human condition. Truth. The truth is that in 7 minutes of my speech, not very long, but that can also seem very, very long when you start going through people's ideas. I start by asking, how can I look at this subject, something that's so important that we go back to all the time? I think back to my childhood, my grandfather, a very convinced Catholic, and he was a very, yes, he was passionate. And my father, the physics teacher at university, and wanted to explain everything. So it's by writing this text that I learned what I could really give. So I started by this, and the truth, all of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. By saying that, you ask, is it even possible? Is the jury themselves dishonest or even pretentious? We agree. There's just one physical state, one situation at a specific time, one truth at the time, which is relatively easy. But Heisenberg himself said that there was an uncertainty which made a key part of integrity. This invasive integrity, we could look at it on a great quantity of dimensions, but then we start to doubt. We know that in physics, a simple observation of a phenomenon interferes, and then we look for, the more we look at it, the more we distort it. But it gets even more complicated. We describe truth with words which are full of culture, history. We estimate it with judgments, or even with more to do a representation which is realistic, but also many observations which are contradictory. And finally, by summarizing in just a few words, we can do a description which is simplified. Then we look more and more, we look at it in reality, the more it becomes complex. We can see in the domain of biology, for example, the more we look, the more we come out for it, and the more we understand. So why do I say all of that? Because if the details are so complex, how can we be so sure that the totality of what that represents globally remains comprehensive? This reality still makes sense, and therefore it's critical. It's really important. If we pull away from all this reality, the consequences can be really dramatic. History proves it. We can sacrifice innocence to launch we can do everything for a human.
Alors, papa, toi qui de ton vivant n'as jamais compris ce que je venais faire dans
we never understood what we were doing in capitalist finance, perhaps in this searching for truth. My role as a head of company, exposed all these risks, society with 550 people, which have a really important role to play. We have turnover of 30,000, and this brings us closer to the truth by remaining still very simple, concrete, specific, full of images, to be able to share it and convince. It's too distorted, at least for me. So this is the essential part of the role of the manager. The fundamentals are ethical. So we try to do that finally. We try to find where are the risks
On évalue en
in a
permanence la
company.
solvabilité
We're
à court
looking at
terme de
all
5 millions
the
d'entreprises. C'est
solvability
en bonne santé, bien
short
géré,
term. Is
peut-être
somebody in
développé, peut-elle faire
good? Is
défaut.
the company
On
in
s'approche de
good
cette
health?
vérité que
Is it
statistiquement,
solvent?
à l'aide de modèles, de data,
Statistically,
d'expériences accumulées,
the data
de points
accumulated
d'observation,
experience, the points of
multiples
observation,
coordonnées d'une soif
multiply
d'apprentissage
coordinates
et de remise en cause permanente,
and
de rigueur et
the
d'humilité.
rigor and
Ça, on
humility.
investit dans le data,
For
dans la
that, we've
technologie,
invested in
dans
data and
l'expertise.
technology,
On a
in
embauché plus de 800
expertise,
personnes en 4 ans
in
dans ces
by
domaines. On
taking
investit
on
des dizaines de
800
millions d'euros
people.
par an
We've
pour
invested
développer de nouveaux systèmes.
10 million
Et grâce à
euros
ces
over the
investissements,
last
on est passé de
years. And
10
thanks
jours
to
à
these
2 heures
investments, we
pour
try
faire
start each day
traiter
at
une demande d'information
10
sur une
o'clock.
zone
We
éloignée.
get some
On est passé
information
de
on a
40 à
money zone.
250 millions d'entreprises
We
qui sont
go
référencées dans
do
notre base de données. On
all of
répond
those
à une
people who
demande
are
d'information toutes les 5
referenced
secondes.
in our
Alors,
database.
tout ça, c'est des
And
chiffres.
all of that, these are just figures.
Derrière ces chiffres, il y a
But
des
behind these
valeurs qui
figures, there
dépassent
are real
la
values
technologie
which go
et le
beyond
progrès.
technology and
On sait
progress.
à la
We
fois
know
que le passé
that
ne garantit pas
the
l'avenir,
past doesn't
mais
guarantee
aussi
the
que certaines
future,
lois sont
but
rémanentes.
also certain things are
On sait que le
permanent.
jugement
We
critique
know that
combiné à
critical
la conscience de
judgment
sa propre
combined with
ignorance
the conscience
est
of
le
our
début
own
du chemin vers cette
awareness of our
excellente
own ignorance,
statistique de vérité qui a
the
tant de valeur.
statistic value.
Alors, bien sûr, pour ceux qui ont vu
So,
le
of
film, on peut
course, for
toujours
those,
espérer
we
que
can always hope
l'improbable
that
Ethan Hunt
it's
va apparaître et combattre à lui tout
we're
seul la
not
prise
going
de
to have to
contrôle de la vérité par
take
l'entité.
control of
Mais
and
si,
see
comme moi,
yours
vous
by
ne croyez
yourself.
pas
But
aux
if
héros de
you
films
do not
américains dans la
believe
vraie
in
vie,
heroes,
c'est peut-être ça la vérité.
it's perhaps that
La
which is the
capacité à
truth.
rester humble devant
Capacity
sa
to
complexité,
remain
mais
true
déterminé à la
and
faire connaître
with your
du plus grand nombre.
complexity.
Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much.